So I haven't done any videos in a long time. Just normal day job, 5 days a week, and then I'm burned out. I just want to relax for the weekend. The kitty, she's gonna say hi. Hi, my name is Michi. I'm 4 years old now. I'm getting a little chunky. Okay, so she's gonna make an appearance. There we go. Um, so I've been trying to get into the mood of rebuilding or building my Alaskan Hauler model kit, the one here. Um, on this kit, you can do like the butterfly hood or the traditional flip nose. I'm doing the flip nose. I'm not too. I'm a more of a traditionalist. The butterfly. Okay, kitty, you come down. Um, the butterfly is more like I don't know, a bush truck, which this technically will be. Um, but with some different things. I grabbed this from the Australian Kenworth. Uh, it's the only bumper that I have. I mean, this came with the kit, but yeah. So I'm gonna try and put this on. I've never done a bumper swap before. Gotta have some Fago in the or in the afternoon. So yeah, this kit has very little or no chrome at all. So, which is it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because the tires I had to spray silver or um, metallic, but they're not chromed, which kind of sucks. Um, I mean, I put some black wash in there and it'll be fine. Um, Now I have the trailer somewhere that I'm gonna do. Um, I don't know where the kit went. No, hang on 1 second. So this will go with it. Um, Again, this has got its own hitch. This has got a fifth wheel. You don't need the fifth wheel for this kit, but you need the plate from this to go onto the truck. So, but basically, yeah, and I'm also going to use some jewelry chain for the truck. There will be limited chrome. I grabbed these exhausts from another kit that I'm going to stick on here. Kind of give it more of a chrome look, but I'm going to dull it down. I don't like the bare plastic on some of it. So, again, just I've been working so much and I've had very little time to get into the mood of focusing on this kit. So, I want to try and change that and hopefully work on this because I've been putting this off and putting this off and putting it off, and I haven't worked on this in like 3 months, maybe 4-ish. I don't remember the last time I actually worked on it. I have to look it back at my last video I did on this. So I sprayed with a silver primer or base coat or whatever you want to call it, and then I hit it with nice green. Well, I should have painted this separately, and I didn't. I glued it on and then I painted, and that was my mistake because then I had overspray even though I taped it off, and then I had to respray it and respray and tape and respray. Yeah, I should. The easiest way to do this. These are two separate pieces, so hit this first, or hit this first, and then paint it, and then glue it on. So there's that. Interior, again, it's gonna be basic. This you're never gonna see this. I glued the windows go up, so you're never gonna look into it. I don't build show kits. Never have, never will. I build for me. These things never leave my sight. Nobody else is gonna see them except for me and whoever comes over. And if I go to a car show, and if I enter them, put them in a draw or contest, whatever. I don't know the proper color for the engine. I just figured, you know what the hell? I have red. I'll paint it red. I can dirty this up as a used engine. Frame, I still have to put pieces on this together, and then I can paint it, and then we can go from there. Now, the Australian bumper comes with a piece that you're supposed to stick on here. I'm not good with AMT frames. I hate them. I can't stand them. I wish there was an easier way to do it. But essentially, this is supposed to go here. Right? There's supposed to be, with this kit, it's supposed to be a chrome piece that goes into the frame. And I had it here. I don't know what happened to it. So yeah. Oh, so this came with the kit. I have jewelry stuff. This might be better because it's already dulled down and it might be a little heavier. So yeah. I have a lot of kits and I've put off a lot of shit, so excuse me for the language. So with that, I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to work on it a little bit, and then I'll come back and explain what I did. Hopefully, I'm working and not getting distracted, because I seem to be doing that quite a bit. Excuse me. Yeah, so let's get started, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've done some work on putting some of the more frame on. I've done the rear axles now. Again, I'm not an expert on building frames for AMT. I think that they're the worst. You know, there was 2 kits, I believe, that AMT or Revell did. There was one straight frame. I think it was the Aerodyne with the lightning on the cover. And that, to me, was the best truck frame ever built, because it was one piece. None of this multi-piece stuff that you have to do. So I'm going to give you a quick mock-up of what this looks like. Again, I painted my engine red. Don't really care what the color of the actual engine looks like. I'm going to dirty this up anyways. This could be like a transplanted engine. So there's that. Okay. We're going to kind of mock this up, see how it goes. So here's the hood. Roughly about there. Oops. Now again, this is going to be a rough mock. Nothing is... This is my guesswork of where things are going to be when I complete the model. So there's that. Okay. So here's the cab. So we'll kind of put that together like that. Alright. And when I put this all together, sort of, I'll give you a tour of what it looks like. It's going to look like on my version. Alright, so there's that. 2 rear wheels. Again, I'm not one for customization, period. So, I mean, I would love to, I wish these trucks would have half fenders or full fenders or what, because the aftermarket stuff, it can get quite expensive, and if you're doing it yourself or creating your own, you really have to know what you're doing. All right, so there's that, and then there's the bumper. All right, so I'm going to take my phone out and kind of give you an idea of what I'm shooting for. Again, this is just a mock-up. This is nothing. Alright. So, again, sorry. So kind of how it's going to be. The headache rack. I'm using this headache rack compared to the logging trailer headache rack because I don't like that one. So I'm going to use the one that came in this kit. Again, this is basically kind of like a 2-in-1 because there you can swap parts in and out from both kits, right? And this comes with a 5th wheel, but you don't need the 5th wheel because it's going to have a trailer hitch for here. So, but you need the plate from the logging trailer to go into the 5th wheel, even though it's going to be hooked up to here. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to flip this over. See my perspective. All right, so I'm not a fan of straight bump visors. I always have to have it tilted down. I think it gives that meaner look. You know, I like that dropped visor look or straight down visor look. To me, it gives it a more aggressive, Fago. So, yeah. It's kind of a short video. I'm trying to get myself into the mood of continuing building this thing. Because, again, I hate AMT truck kits. I'm not an expert. And when the instructions don't tell you what parts are what, you're basically on your own. Unless you've done these a million times, you don't know parts from where, and because some of them look a lot and you might be putting the wrong piece in the wrong area. So, and I've done that before. So, yeah, I still want to get the frame put together and then I'll paint it flat black. I don't know if I'm going to black wash the wheels because that silver or metallic that I use to paint them has already got a dull look to them. So, throw some chrome pipes where the exhaust is going to come out of. I think would be fine. Now the step boxes, I don't know if they're painted because I didn't really take a look. But if they are just plain white, I'll just paint them black. I'll throw them on the frame. I'll spray everything black, and then that'll be it. So, yeah, that's my update. I'm going to stop the video for 2 seconds because I have something that I picked up at a flea market today that I want to show you. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So this is the new kit that I bought at the flea market. Fucking huge. Like the box says it's like 13 inches tall or lengthwise or whatever. So with Artemis 2 now in space, I've always been a space somewhat nerd, not really. I thought NASA was great and I always wanted a space shuttle model kit, and I finally got one. So people always talk about holy grails of kits that they've always wanted. This would be kind of a holy grail for me. And this looks like to be complete. I only bought it for 40 bucks. Hang on. So, I mean, look at the size of that thing. That's a pretty substantial kit right there. So, this should be an interesting build. It's got the Canada arm, the rocket boosters and all that stuff, and the astronauts. I mean, it doesn't have the rockets for the side. It's just a plain Jane thing again. So it's one of many kits that yeah, I'm going to be building. If I focus on everything and not be so lazy and not do anything, nothing will get done. And I've got 40, maybe 50 kits that are in boxes that are waiting to be built, and if I don't start on that, finish that Kenworth and that trailer, I can't build anything else. So that's going to drive me nuts. So this is another one. I'm not buying anymore, hopefully, because I've got everything that I've needed. Just time and kicking myself. All right, like, subscribe, all that BS that YouTube wants you to do.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I don't build for anybody but me. You should do the same. If people love it, great. If not, who cares? You didn't build it for them. So on that note, we'll hopefully see you a lot sooner than the last video, because yeah. All right, bye.